Hi everybody, and welcome back to another very exciting week of biology. Thank you so much for joining me, and you guys have been doing a great job, so just keep up the good work. I'd like to introduce the next topic for this week, which is going to be the week of April 13th to April 19th, and that's going to be cellular division. Basically a big fancy way of saying mitosis and meiosis. Guys, if you've heard this before or you remember this from school back in the day, it's going to be the same topic, but we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of it, so it's going to be really, really exciting. Now, a couple of things to remember when we're going over mitosis and meiosis, or what's known as cellular division, also sometimes called cellular replication. So if you hear those terms, they're basically synonymous. So don't be scared if you're like, oh, I thought we were on cellular division, but she's now talking about cellular replication. Guys, it's all the same thing. Essentially what we're doing is we're taking our cell and we're dividing it into two. That means we just replicated the cells. So instead of one cell, now we have two. Okay, so that's all that we're doing. So even though it sounds like a big scary term, don't be intimidated, guys. Remember, we're going to get through it together. All right, couple of key terms to remember. You do need to be able to describe the stages of mitosis and meiosis. Now, we're going to go through this again and again and again. You're going to hear this a lot from me. So don't be scared about doing this. But just remember this, right? We're not looking at the general overview of what's happening. I mean, we are. Of course, we are. But really what we're looking at is we're looking at the stages of mitosis. Okay, the stages of what's called the cell cycle. So keep that in mind when you guys are moving forward and you're actually doing your assignments and you're looking at those lecture videos and those lecture PowerPoint slides, right? Keep that in mind, the stages of mitosis and the stages of meiosis by name, okay, and in order. All right. Next up, make sure to distinguish the things like chromosomes. There's so many different vocabulary words in this certain lecture that are going to be so similar together. Some are going to be chromosomes, some are going to be chromatins, some are going to be chromatin granules, some are going to be sister chromatins, some are going to be homologous chromosomes. There's going to be so much going on, guys, and it's all going to sound very similar. Okay, so make sure that you guys you distinguish those vocabulary words and really, really identify the differences between the two. And it's going to help you out so greatly. All right, next up, make sure you understand things like crossing over. Crossing over is a big concept and a really important one. So make sure you know when it happens and where it happens. And spoiler alert, I'm not going to give it to you now. So you are going to have to watch the lecture videos to be able to get all of that one. Next up, remember, I could ask you to draw the stages of mitosis or meiosis. Right? It's going to be one of your homework assignments anyway. You might as well start now. So make sure that you guys do those drawings. Make sure to get those detailed drawings in. Even though you're not the best artist, that's okay, right? We want to see nice, clear-cut drawings that we've seen some effort in, okay? Again, you're not artists, you're not art majors, and that's okay, but I want to see effort. You got to give me a little bit of effort, okay? All right. And that's it, guys. Besides recognizing all the different types of cellular division between binary fission, mitosis, and meiosis, that's all the different types of cellular division that we're going to be going over. But really what I need from you guys to do is a couple of things. Remember that we always have the lecture videos that you should be watching every single week, right? We also have your PowerPoint lecture slides that you should also be reviewing on top of the lecture videos. And then as well, this time I also provided for you guys a cellular replication article, which I find super fascinating. It's entitled, Why is DNA Replication Such an Important Process? So hopefully this will kind of give you guys a little, just a mental kind of stimuli that should get your brains going on why this process is so important and why we spend so much time on it. Besides that, you guys have 3 assignments to complete. You have the Chapter 8 Cellular Replication homework. You also have, the discussion, Real Life DNA Detective, where you have to figure out a scenario that I've given you and could it actually possibly happen? Now, I do want you to actually think about this a little bit. Don't just off the top of your head say, no, it couldn't happen. Do some actual detective work and maybe bust out those Punnett squares that we talked about, right? That we're going to be learning so much more about in Chapter 9. And finally, you guys do have your Chapter 7 and 8 quiz, and that is going to cover all of Chapter 7, which is photosynthesis, and Chapter 8, which is going to be cellular replication. So make sure that you get all of those things done. As always, if you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, guys, good luck to you, and I will see you next week.